You've been wonderful all through the year. And this is from us, Voice of the People Television, saying Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year to you all. See you at the top.
Hey guys, what's up? How you all doing? They call me Ovisha Nelson One. You're the water host, and you are watching Voice of the People Television, VOP. Stay tuned.
Uyi Osarate is my name. I am a friend of the microphone, Voice of the People TV. That name is unique, and the brand is very sweet. I like the packaging, picture qualities, camera qualities, and then of course, the quality of human beings that I see sometimes on your channel. I talk and get paid, and I look forward to being in your studios.
Oh yes, you are on to Voice of the People TV, live here in Benin City, the cradle of black civilization. What are you waiting for? Tune in, bro.
VOP TV. Now, you have more than a voice.
2564 is coming up on Barney 9, right?
The 2564 Atlantic Tower.
What happens in the hush behind hangar doors? Who signs the papers that gamble with lives? Which truths were grounded before they even ever had wings? If you've ever buckled a seatbelt at 30,000 feet, if you've ever stared out of that tiny window and wondered who's really in control of the skies, it isn't just flight, it's power, it's politics, it's pressure sealed in steel. We're peeling back the clouds from runway risks to sky-high secrets. We're diving deep where most dare not to look. Aviation Scope, every Sunday at 7 p.m. only on Voice of the People TV. We don't just report, we reveal. We don't just ask, we uncover. Because when it comes to the skies, ignorance is turbulence. Aviation Scope, the sky isn't the limit, it's just the beginning.
Good evening, Africa. My name is Bamakore, actor, model, producer, and I'm giving a big shout out to VOP TV, man. Keep watching. Don't change the dial. Thank you and God bless you.
My name is AY, and of course, I represent the voice of the people, and that's why I'm on VOP. AY say so.
Hi everyone, it's your girl Miriam Tima from the Real Housewives of Lagos and the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Africa. Shout out to VOP, the voice of the people. You already know. Stay tuned, keep watching. And don't forget, VOP is the best.
All right, hello, it's a boy that's shaking the man fine back with Melanie Poppy Black Skin Boy. This is VOP TV. If you're not watching VOP, I don't know why you're watching. Maybe you're watching your weight.
Hello, beautiful people. This is Wale Ojo, and you're watching VOP, Voice of the People.
Hi, guys. You already know who it is. This is New Energy. Flyers boy ever live. Keep watching VOP TV. Thank you.
Hi people, Ginny Albano here. Guys, please keep watching Voice of the People.
In a world where truth is the ultimate power and opinions scream the loudest, it's time to wade through the noise.
Hunger no get tribe! Hunger no get religion!
And scan the human interest and trending topics that matter. Stay tuned to The Issues, your plug to the stories making the buzz, from politics to science and technology, social justice, and more. Let's tackle the tough questions and expose the truth. The Issues, on Voice of the People Television, Mondays to Fridays, 8 to 9 p.m. The Issues. Don't just react, understand.
In a world where power shifts with every headlines, news breaks and events happens, we bring you unbiased and explicit information on politics, economy, and state of the nation. We bring...
Glad to have you back. Let's dive straight into today's discussion. The controversy surrounding Nigeria's new tax reform laws continues to widen, with former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and opposition lawmakers calling for fresh legislative action and a suspension of implementation. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has called for a fresh passage of the tax reform laws, insisting that public confidence in the legislation has been badly eroded by allegations of alterations. Atiku says the only way to restore credibility is for the National Assembly to re-debate and repass the laws transparently, ensuring that what is implemented reflects the will of lawmakers and the interest of Nigerians. Similarly, the minority caucus in the House of Representatives has asked the federal government to immediately suspend implementation of the new tax laws pending the outcome of legislative reviews. The REP members assured that they will ensure that the alleged illegalities in the gazetted tax laws are addressed in the interest of Nigerians. Meanwhile, the chairman of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms, Taiwo Oyedele, disclosed that the date for the implementation of the Nigerian Tax Act and the Nigerian Tax Administration Act was sacrosanct. Today, I'm delighted to be joined by a guest in the studio, Dr. Peter Anosike. Dr. Anosike is a philosopher, development economist, and best-selling author. He's also an erudite commentator on economy, finance, politics, and power. He's also the author of the most talked about book titled Abuse of Power: How Democracy Turned into Tyranny of the Few. Thank you very much for joining us tonight, sir.
As always.
Yes.
So not just tonight.
Yes, as always, it's always a pleasure to have you. Always a pleasure to have you. Let's start with, of course, like I read, Atiku Abubakar, he's calling for a fresh passage of the tax reform laws. What do you make of this?
For me, one problem that I have is that Nigerians are not critical thinkers. Nigerians don't reason deeply. The question that these members of National Assembly should be asking, the question that Nigerians should be asking is who forged that tax reform? Because that person needs to be exposed. Understand? He needs to be exposed. He needs to be brought to book. But I've not heard anybody asking such a question. Somebody forged a law that National Assembly has passed, and nobody wants to know who did that. The issue, and again, the Taiwo Oyedele, that of a guy, I'm wondering where he thinks that his power is from. Understand? Talking as if he is the commander-in-chief. On the other day, he said that Tinubu doesn't even have power to reverse it. Understand? So the issue is this. Atiku is right. The minority caucus is also right. They need to reintroduce that tax reform bill back to the National Assembly, and the debate has to start afresh. Debate has to start afresh, because they cannot just impose force the tax reform on the people and tell us to start paying. We are not in Iran. We are not in Russia or in China. So they need to reintroduce that tax again back to the National Assembly and for debates that to start on over again. That is the only way it can be accepted by the Nigerian people. That is the only way it will be accepted by the Nigerian people. So first, it's just about 3 days away. So let me now see whoever will come and say that Nigerians should start paying that tax. Understand? Let us know where his power came from.
But you know that, okay, like you already mentioned, and like I mentioned while I was reading the story, he's really, really insisting that, like he said in his words, it is sacrosanct. But I want to ask...
Wait, who is he? Who is he?
The president has vested powers on him, probably.
Even if the president has confirmed that assistant commander-in-chief, Nigeria did not elect him. Understand me? Nigeria did not, he was never on the ballot box for 1 day. Understand? And the power belongs to the people. So he cannot come and say that he is imposing tax on the Nigerian people. It will not happen.
But it might seem that he is talking with the backing of the president, because with all of this, our president hasn't, there's nothing has been said about these alterations by the president. And so it might look like Taiwo Oyedele is working with the backing of the president. In this regard, he might just be the spokesperson of the president. It might be that the president is saying from behind, go ahead with this tax. And from what we see, there's not the fact that they are so, especially for this tax reform, there's so much surrounding this. Our president is not even in the country at the moment. So it just looks like...
Your president's head is hot. He needs to go somewhere to cool his head.
So our Nigerians' head are not hot.
You are not going through what he is going through. You are not facing what he is facing. So he needs to go. This is the first time I agree that Tinubu needs a break.
Oh, so you actually agree that he needs a break?
He needs a break now, understand? You are not going through what he is going through.
With all of what is happening in Nigeria, with this tax reform law that is supposed to come up by January 1st, which is just like you mentioned,
when
3 days away.
Donald Trump was not in the country, but now he is in the country. And when you go through the mandates that the United States gave to him, you should know that he needs to go somewhere and cool his head.
Okay, let's go back to tax reforms. Okay, do allegations of alteration automatically invalidate a law? I know you've mentioned a bit about it while we were talking. Or should implementation proceed while these disputes are resolved?
Nothing is going to... One, it is a forged reform bill. Understand? It is a forged reform bill. Two things here. The people that forged that thing should be exposed, and they should be brought to book. And since it is forged, they have to go back and start all over again to bring another one that Nigerians will have confidence in. So you cannot tell me now I'm having a problem with you that's over another property. You said let you start building. Why we settle in court? Understand? So nothing is going to go on until confidence is reposed on that tax bill. And the only way confidence is reposed is when it goes back to the National Assembly and a fresh debate starts. At the end of the day, there's a harmonious bill is passed and gazetted as it was passed. And gazetted as it was passed. Even I thank this Dasuki of a guy for being able to go through what was gazetted and what was passed. Because these people might have been doing this thing over and over, and we don't know what is happening. So this thing has become a wake-up call. It has become an eye-opener that before anything is gazetted again, we have that to check if it was what was passed that was gazetted.
Okay, but you know that it doesn't look like the National Assembly is going to do so much about what you mentioned. Let me read one of the things that Atiku said. He said the attempts, of course, we know that they already, as the National Assembly said, they want to re-gazette. But he's saying that attempts to rush a re-gazetting while delaying legislative investigations undermine parliamentary oversight and set a dangerous precedent.
No. A first thing should come first. Understand me? You cannot rush to re-gazette what we don't even know, because most Nigerians have not seen what was passed and what was gazetted. So investigation should first of all start. Let us know who did what in that tax reform bill. Understand? Let us know who did what, and then let the law take its course, because it is a criminal offense. Understand? That to go and manipulate what the National Assembly that has that constitutional role of making laws. Then for an individual somewhere that to go and manipulate what they have done, that person, as I said before, needs to be exposed and brought to book. Understand? So that it will serve as a deterrent to other people who want to do that in the future, or those who had been doing it in the past. Because I know that this must not be for the first time. So if Dasuki did not spend time that to go through, Nigerians would not have known what is happening. So investigation should be done to unravel who did this. And the bill should be reintroduced back to the House, and the fresh legislation should start.
Okay, but are there immediate risk of suspending the tax laws, especially for revenue, probably debt servicing or investor confidence? Are there immediate risk?
Is the reform a do or die? Is it so? If we didn't start in January 1st, Nigeria would die. So for me, there's no emergency about it. Due process should be followed to make sure that a reform bill that Nigerians will have confidence in is brought out. Because this money is going to come out from our pockets. It's going to come out from our pockets, and if I'm paying, I want to be sure of what I am paying. Am I paying what was forged or the original? So I know as I'm thinking, that's how other Nigerians will also be thinking. If the writing is not done, understand, then one thing will come. People will start putting their money in their houses. So banks will not be seeing what to be taken anymore.
Okay, you know, like I mentioned earlier, Taiwo Yedele said January 1.
Who is Taiwo? It shouldn't be. Who is he?
He's the chairman of the tax of the committee. What I'm saying.
And that makes him a service chief or the minister of finance.
Dr. Peter, at the moment, this is like his forte, and he's saying that this would, as in the tax laws or the tax reform laws, will be implemented January 1. But what happens if he actually makes good this promise and this is implemented when all of this surrounding this has not been put into?
How is he going to be implemented? He will instruct banks to be taking all the money in people's account. Is that? It cannot work that way. And you see banks will fall under one month because people will rush there and begin to take their money. So writing should be done. Due process should be followed. There's no emergency in this. There's no urgency in this. There's no emergency in this. There's no urgency in this. Understand?
But Dr. Anosike, would you actually fault the implementation because of these alleged alterations? Or even if the alleged alterations had not come up, would you have still faulted the January 1 implementation?
Yes, because they have taxed us enough. Because they have taxed us and we have not benefited anything from this government since 2023. We were told that the money that they will be saving from subsidy will be used for other things. Understand? They have removed subsidy and still continue to tax us. Understand? So for me, even without this forgery manipulation, I would not have supported any taxing of Nigerians because we have been overtaxed in the last 2 years. We have been overtaxed by this government in the last 2 years.
Okay, let's move on to our next conversation for tonight. As political permutations ahead of 2027 gather momentum, former Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi says he's better prepared to lead Nigeria. Peter Obi declared that his experience in starting, managing a small business and growing it into a big corporation like he did gives him an edge over all of those currently seeking to contest 2027 presidential election. He argued that Nigeria needs disciplined governance, economic prudence, and competence-driven leadership. Speaking on the Emerging African Democratic Congress, ADC, Obi said the party must offer Nigerians something fundamentally different from what he described as recycled political promises. In a related development, the national leadership of the African Democratic Congress, ADC, says it is working assiduously not to disappoint Nigerians by repeating the failure of change which was ushered in 2015. Let's start with this Peter Obi's declaration that he's better prepared to lead Nigeria.
I'm not saying that because I'm an Igbo man and Peter Obi is an Igbo man. I'm saying this because I'm a Nigerian who loves Nigeria. Peter Obi is more credible than all the other politicians that we have seen on the ballot box from 1999 till date. All the other politicians that we have seen on the ballot box from 1999 till date. One, Bill Gates said that the success that somebody achieved, understand, in his private capacity shows what he would do when he goes into public office. Understand me? So Peter Obi, as he said, started from the scratch, even right from the university. Understand? To build his business. Understand? What's his name? Atiku Abubakar was in the customs. He made his money while in the customs. So he never started from the scratch. So what he did was just that to transfer all the money that he made as a very senior customs officer into personal business. Understand me? So you cannot compare somebody who built and somebody who is managing. So these are two different things. So Peter Obi has done well in the private sector, and in the public sector, he has also done well when he was the governor of Anambra State. Then in education, when you come to these external examinations, WAEC, NECO, Anambra was running 32, 33. If you Google it, you see it. But Peter Obi brought it to number 1. Peter Obi brought Anambra to number 1 in education, brought Anambra to number 1 in health. Understand me? And again, become number 1 in prudence. How many governors can boast of the money that they left in the office? How many governors can boast of the money that they left after their 4 or 8 years? So it's only a Peter Obi. So what we need now is a prudent management of the nation's resources. And Peter Obi is better qualified to do that more than any other person. Peter Obi is qualified to do that more than any other person. Understand? And he is living it. He has shown it. Understand me? He is living it. He has shown it.
Okay, one of the things they said, he actually said that fixing the economy would go a long way in fixing Nigeria's security challenges because, according to him, the two are intertwined. What do you make of the statement?
When you have over 80 million unemployed youths, and you are talking of managing security, it is impossible. Because that 80 million youths is just a warehouse for criminality and insecurity. They say that an idle mind is a devil's workshop. There's no way a guy who has finished university, maybe his parents borrowed money to sponsor his education. Now he come out and stay in the house for 4 years, 5 years without a job because government cannot provide enabling environment. What will be going on in his mind is that he must survive at all costs. So, and if you fix the economy, once the youth are busy, crime reduces. Understand me? Once the youths are busy, crime will reduce in the country. So the main thing that is causing this idleness, this insecurity, is that we have a lot of idle youths. Understand? Keep youth busy, crime, insecurity will reduce very, very well. So economy and security work hand in hand. Understand? When the economy is bad, crime increases, and vice versa.
Okay, during this forum, or during this, would I call it a talk, the talk he had with on X, he actually declared that he will be on the ballot in 2027. That is a declaration of certainty. But is it likely? Do you think that Obi is going to be on the ballot in 2027 with the likes of Atiku? You know, I was talking with someone recently, and the person said that it's better for Nigerians to allow Atiku to go. And I looked at the person, I was like, well, it's not the time for the North to be the president of the country. And he said, no, it's not about the North, it's about who will be able to stand and actually stand and contest, for a lack of a better word, with the president. But do you think that Peter Obi has what it takes to stand? According to him, according to the person I was talking with, he said if Peter Obi comes out, it will look like the South and the West, their votes will be divided. But if Atiku goes, the North will stand for Atiku. So don't you think Atiku is a better candidate to be able to take powers from who we have today, or from our president today?
One, Nigeria is changing drastically. Understand? Nigeria is changing. Nigeria of 2025 is not the Nigeria of 2023. Understand? An instance, the bomb in Sokoto killed Muslim ticket in the country. Understand me? That bomb in Sokoto killed Muslim ticket in the country. Nothing will make Tinubu to dream of a Muslim ticket in 2027.
Why do you say so? What's the correlation?
Okay, now, everybody believes that the population of Christians and Muslims in Nigeria is 50-50. Understand? The international community also believe that. Understand? And if Tinubu should come with a Muslim ticket, it will be seen as continuation of persecution of Christians. The message is clear to everybody. Understand me? The message is clear to everybody. So Shettima knows that he is out of the game in 2027. Understand? So the issue is this. And if Obi wants to run, America is not going home very soon. They are not going home very soon. They will be interested to see who is going to emerge as the president in 2027. Will he have anything to do with this terrorist and so on and so forth? Understand? They will want to see what will happen that's in 2027. Understand? Because what happened was that very weak and bad people were in government in America in 2023. Understand? The people that brought Tinubu in, Buhari in 2015, were the same people that were there in 2023. So that was why what happened. But in 2027, we are going to witness, understand, that's a different supervisors and referees. Understand me? We are going to witness a different supervisors and referees. And Donald Trump plays a kind of perception politics. Understand? 2028 is the American presidential election. And the evangelicals, that is a very strong base in America. And it is them that is pushing for this narrative of persecution of Christians. Understand? So, and Tinubu also know this. So there's no way they will come with any mago in 2027. Understand me? There's no way that they will come with any mago in 2027. So everybody from now will be adjusting, will try to be behaving well. Understand? And for people to be being on the ballot, nobody runs for vice president. Understand me? You cannot say I'm preparing that to run for a vice president. No. If you are going to contest, you are contesting for the post of the president. Understand me? So him being on the ballot, he has to work for it. He has to earn it. He will be joining APC, that's ADC, on Wednesday, 31st. Understand? And he is going there to contest for that position alongside other interested people, like maybe Rotimi Amechi, if Atiku will be interested, and so forth.
Did you just say if Atiku will be interested?
If Atiku will be interested.
But there's no if in this. I don't think there's any if in this instance.
Nigeria is changing. Nigeria of a month ago is not the Nigeria of
And do you think that Atiku will want to put down his ambition for being a president as a result of what the change you're talking about?
I said Nigeria of 2 months ago is not Nigeria of today. Understand me? So the issue is this: David Mark has said that they have not reserved their presidential ticket for anybody. That whoever is interested should vie for the primary. Understand me? And so P2B will go and vie. And again, talking of is the turn of the South, it is not in the Constitution. Understand? And what Nigeria wants is better life. So where the person that is bringing that better life come from shouldn't be the issue. Okay. Understand me? Where the person that is bringing the better life come from, it must not be the issue. P2B is not going to run as an Igbo man. He's going to run as a Nigerian. Understand me? If P2B wins, he's going to be a Nigerian president of Igbo extraction, not an Igbo president. So we shouldn't be strong on this north-south, north and south, and people are dying on a daily basis. Understand? the other day, Yoruba people were agitating for a republic of their own. So what Nigerians want is a leader who will solve their problems, and not a leader who will be giving excuses. And where he comes from, even if he comes from Cameroon, from anywhere, that shouldn't be our problem. But,
okay, well, I was actually going to ask you that if Atiku eventually emerges, or if, do you think that he has a better chance to defeat the incumbent president rather than Peter Obi being in the ballot and defeating? When you weigh it side by side with everything that you...
Well, for me, because I think I have some insider information, understand? I know that all these parties are doing their individual opinion polls. And the P2B is leading among the youth, understand, in all the polls. P2B is leading among the youth. And the youth constitute over 65% of Nigerian population. So Nigeria have a youth population. And P2B is leading among the youth. And that means numbers. And this is also the number that voted in 2023 for him.
Okay, Peter Obi said he's better prepared, but does preparedness alone win elections in Nigeria, or does political machinery still trump competence?
Winning election is about a strategy. That it is about a strategy, it's about networking, it's about popularity, it's about acceptance, it's about money. Understand me? So all these things comes into it. All these things comes into it.
So with all of this that you've mentioned, do you think that African Democratic Congress can realistically position itself as an alternative in 2027?
One, Hunger has mobilized Nigerians for ADC. Hunger has mobilized Nigerians for ADC. What is required now is for the leadership of the ADC to send the right message to Nigerians. Understand me? What is needed now is for the ADC leadership to be sending the right message to Nigerians.
So what's the right message?
Understand? That continuation of APC is continuation of hell in the country.
Peter Obi. I said Peter. I was going to say Peter Obi now. I was going to call him Peter Obi. Dr. Peter, you have come with all of your mantras. He said continuation of APC is continuation of hell.
That's what it is. That is what it is. There's no other way about it.
Okay, well, Peter Obi says that ADC must offer something different. What exactly would you qualify as different in Nigerian politics today?
Sure. If you are going into, if you want to run for an office, the first thing that you would do, one, ask yourself, are the people really ready for a change? Because when the people say they are not ready for a change, there's nothing you can do. Then, that's the first question. Second question, what are the problems of that office that I'm going to run? Then third, what difference am I going to make? Because if you are going to do what the incumbent is doing, better stay and let the incumbent continue. So you are going into political office to make a difference. You are going into the political office to bring a change. Understand? So you have to tell other people, this is what I'm going to do differently from what the incumbent is doing. Understand? This is what I'm going to do differently from what the incumbent is doing. That is the only way the masses will follow you, because you are coming to make a difference. If you are speaking in the same language with the incumbent, so there's no need. Understand me? So when you are running for an office, first off, that you have to make sure that you are going in there to make a difference and not the continuation of the same thing.
Okay, you know, while you were talking, you mentioned if the people want change. So I'm going to ask you two questions. One, do you think the Nigerians want change?
Desperately. Hunger. That's why I said that hunger has mobilized Nigerians.
You know, it's easy to say that Nigerians want change, but would they really act like they want change? But sir, you would answer that question. Hold on. My second question is, you're saying that ADC should offer, if you're not offering, should offer something different from what the incumbent is offering. But we've had situations like APC, for example, when they were coming in 2015, they came in with change. They came in with this mantra of change and saying that we're going to make things better. So we've had people come join campaign, say beautiful things. Then when they're now being elected, they now begin to tow a different path. So what do you think about those two questions? Also, what do you think about that? And then, of course, the change. Do Nigerians really want change?
Nigerians want change like yesterday because they are going through hell. Nigerians are going through hell. When you enter a public bus and see how 3 people will carry themselves because they don't have money that to pay. Understand? So nobody will want to continue in that way. So Nigerians want change. And the change is already coming from the United States. Understand? So America will force everybody to behave. Whether you are a policeman, whether you are an army officer, whether you are INEC. Understand me? Everybody is going to behave. So it's a positive, it's something positive for those in the opposition. And it's not going to be business as usual. Understand me? So Nigerians want change because and hunger has mobilized them for change. Then for the second question, what difference can they do? Do opposite of what Tinubu is doing, period.
That's in their campaign promises.
Do opposite of what Tinubu is doing. Tinubu is borrowing money, generate money in the country. There's money in the country. Understand me? Tinubu is running everywhere looking for FDI. Nigeria can make Nigeria. Nigerians can make Nigeria what it should be. Understand? When they see a trusted person at the top. Understand me? If P2B gets to the top today, Nigeria will change within 24 hours.
If Peter Obi gets to the top.
There, Nigeria will change. One, the attitude, the behavior of somebody at the top, whether you like it or not, corrects those under him. Understand? I cannot be president and I'm driving a Corona. You are my vice. You are driving a Land Cruiser. It cannot happen. Understand me? So people look up to the person at the top and understand and begin to mirror themselves. That's as he is doing. So it's a simple thing.
But how easy would this be? Because Anambra State is just one state. Nigeria is a country with many states. How easy would this be?
I'm not from Anambra State.
I know you're not from Anambra State.
Yes, and my mother is not from Anambra State.
I know that. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying that because you seem to have a very huge vote of confidence, as in a very huge...
No, because you say Anambra State, and me that has this confidence is not from Anambra State.
But I'm saying that it might be... What I'm trying to bring up is he implementing some of these things you mentioned, some of the things that we've heard Peter Obi say, would have been easier or should have been easier in a state. How easy would it be to implement things like this in a country as huge as Nigeria?
I say if Peter Obi becomes president, those stealing money will stop stealing money.
Just like that.
Because the president is not stealing. Understand me? Because the president is not stealing. The president is not encouraging stealing. Do you know before Peter Obi became governor of Anambra State, they were killing cows at the government house every Saturday. Ngige was killing cows, party every night at Oka. When Peter Obi come on board, it was stopped. Peter Obi said that this is a waste of resources, and they stopped. Understand me? If Peter Obi goes to Aso Rock, the same thing will happen. Once the person at the top is prudent, those under him will force themselves to be prudent.
Okay, let's move on. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has dismissed claims that he ever promised to hold the PDP for President Bola Tinubu, describing such expectations as misplaced. This is following an allegation by the governor of Oyo State, Seyi Makinde, that the FCT minister was behind the current crisis, bedeviling the People's Democratic Party and the wave of defections by PDP governors, lawmakers and others to the All Progressive Congress. However, reacting to growing discontent within the party, Wike said deep-seated grievances, including disagreement over ministerial nominations, have worsened internal mistrust. He warned that unless the party's leadership confronts its structural and leadership failures, the People's Democratic Party could struggle to remain electorally relevant in 2027. He warned that if the party does not resolve its lingering crisis, the PDP's chances of bouncing back to power in the next election will be jeopardized. Meanwhile, an All Progressive Congress chieftain and a former House of Reps member, Farouk Aliyu, recently challenged the People's Democratic Party to put its act together or consider merging with the African Democratic Congress, ADC, to stay relevant. Let's start with Nyesom Wike. Is it not just like, there's this Yoruba saying that I can't say, but I want to say it in English. I want to explain it in English. It says that the ant or the insect that is biting the wood is inside the wood. So is it not like somebody who is the one doing, as in like making this crisis, is not the one coming out to say that you're not going to be electorally relevant in 2027? Does that make sense?
When that character talks, ask for yourself who is talking. Understand? Is it a 40 years old wine or Nyesom Wike? Understand me? So we need to differentiate between the wine and the man. So who is making this statement now? Because Wike said that he's supporting Tinubu in 2027. And he's still talking of PDP bouncing back in 2027. Understand? So you can see that there's no agreement between, let me say, or the body and the spirit. You are going to support Tinubu in 2027, and you still want PDP to bounce back in 2027. To bounce back and do what? And defeat your own candidate. So the issue is every Nigerian, even though I'm not a fan of Seyi Makinde, because he is among those that killed PDP by joining the G5. Understand? So I'm not his fan. But most Nigerians will believe Seyi Makinde more than Nyesom Wike. Understand? Because with due respect, Wike has made himself a nuisance. Understand? And the more you talk, the less people believe you. So the truth is that Seyi Makinde made a statement that when Wike said this, that he was there. Understand? And when he came out, he asked Wike, this is not what we agreed. And I know that Seyi is always better-headed, cool-headed than Nyesom Wike. So Seyi Makinde is likely to remember far more than Nyesom Wike because we don't know the state that Nyesom Wike was at the meeting. So the issue is, and PDP cannot be revived. Understand? They are not even going to have a presidential candidate in 2027. And on the other day, I told you that that many of them are going to defect to ADC. That's especially those in Turaki faction of PDP are going to defect to ADC, remaining the weakest support group faction of PDP.
I was really going to, one of the questions I was going to ask you was about this merge, because somebody had, like I mentioned...
Not merging. What are you merging with? For you that to merge, you must have a capacity. PDP has no capacity. So
you're saying that the defection is what would happen?
It's defection. We are joining... For you, for that to merge, you are bringing something to the table. A dead property cannot be brought to the table.
But can someone like Seyi Makinde decide to defect? Do you see someone like Seyi Makinde defecting to ADC?
I say he is still part of Tinubu's this thing. It is not. I'm not expecting him to defect. Understand? Defect. As I said, Nigeria is changing. Nigeria is changing both socially, economically. Understand? And as it's changing, the dictatorial tendencies of the president will continue to be reducing. So this forcing people that to join his party will not continue to work.
Let me ask you this question before I have your final thought. If PDP collapses or weakens... It
has already collapsed.
Who benefits most? Is it the APC or the ADC?
If one or the mandate given to Wike is to collapse PDP, understand? So, but the people that are going to benefit is ADC. The people, because they will be frustrated, and they know that their frustration came from APC. So the alternative is ADC. So it is ADC that is going to benefit. Even other political parties are going to collapse into ADC. That's as time goes on.
Okay, quickly, can we have your final thoughts before we leave tonight?
My final thought in ADC, they have told us that there's no automatic ticket for anybody. So whoever is going there to contest, that will make sure that he do his homework very well. Understand? We cannot say that ADC is Atiku and coalition. No, that is an exaggeration. Understand me? And so everybody going there is going to fight for shit, as we say in football.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Anosike, for being with us on the issues tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. That's all we have for today's episode of The Issues. We explored the challenges facing Nigeria's politics and governance. Thank you for being a part of the show. Don't forget to tune in next time for more in-depth analysis and discussion. Follow us on social media to stay up to date on the latest news and insight. Until next time, stay informed. I am Nenna Ndomdioto. This has been The Issues on Voice of the People Television, where the future faces forward. Please don't forget to stay tuned for hashtag with Vivian and Ikechukwu by 8 p.m. Don't go away.
VOP TV. Now, you have more than a voice.
Behind every broken desk, lies a broken promise. Education shapes the nations. But who is asking the right questions? Introducing Edu Dialogue, the show that goes beyond the surface, exposes the cracks, the corruption, and the silence in Nigeria's education system. Edu Dialogue, Saturdays, 3 p.m., only on VOP TV. We break the biggest stories, from missing funds to policy failures. We ask the tough questions and demand real answers. Edu Dialogue, this Saturday, 3 p.m. on Voice of the People Television.
Are you ready for the extraordinary? Something big is happening on your screen. Introducing VOP TV. Now streaming on SLTV channel 264. From breaking news to captivating conversations, news analysis, giving you all sides to the story. We break in-depth discussions on the issues that matter, from politics to sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. VOP TV on SLTV channel 264. Join us as we redefine what television means to you. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
Hello there, my name is Damilola Ogunsi, also known as the Goldfish.
Hi, my name is Chike Bright Emmanuel. I'm an actor and a filmmaker.
Hello peeps, my name is Yomi E. Adejumo.
Hi everyone, I'm Paul Utomi.
Hi everyone, my name is Stacey Benjamin and this is Voice of the People TV.
I need you to keep it locked to VOP TV. See, are you looking for good entertainment? You want to get good movies, good music, politics, talk shows, sports and entertainment. You really want a channel that gives you everything you need without you having to run around. VOP is where you are. That's Voice of the People.
If you're not listening to this, you're not one of us. And you deserve to be killed. Scrap chat. Don't be killed, but watch it. Or I'll find you. And I want you.
And you are locked on VOP TV. Don't go nowhere. This is where the juice is. This is where all you need for entertainment, politics, movies, and whatnot.
And keep watching VOP TV.
So keep it locked because I'm locked already, man, and it's money back guarantee. So you're gonna have a good time because I do.
And please keep watching VOP TV.
I want you to actually, I beg you, subscribe, watch it. If not, whatever you see.
You better not touch that die because VOP is the plot.
We are here with the leadership of VOP Television Lagos. We do appreciate this opportunity to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to our viewers all over the world and our admirers. Cheers.
You've been wonderful all through the year. And this is from us, Voice of the People Television, saying Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year to you all. See you at the top.
Hey guys, what's up? How you all doing? They call me Ovisha Nelson One, your number one celebrity host, and you are watching Voice of the People Television, VOP. Stay tuned.
Uyi Osarate is my name. I am a friend of the microphone, Voice of the People TV. That name is unique, and the brand is very sweet. I like the packaging, picture qualities, camera qualities, and then of course, the quality of human beings I see sometimes on your channel. I talk and get paid, and I look forward to being in your studios.
Oh yes, you are on to Voice of the People TV. Live here in Benin City, the cradle of black civilization. What are you waiting for? Tune in, bro.
VOP TV. Now, you have more